Be self-controlled and alert. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for somebody to devour. Be self-controlled and alert, said the man who jumped out of the boat into the water to walk when he saw Jesus walking. Be self-controlled and alert, said the man who, when Jesus said, I'm going to have to go into the city where they're going to try me and kill me, and then he said, I will never let that happen to you. To which Jesus responded, get behind me, Satan. Be self-controlled and alert, said the man who, when Jesus was before the high priest and he was in the courtyard, denied him, even knowing him, 3 times. Be self-controlled and alert, said the man who pulled a sword on Malchus and cut his ear off when they tried to arrest Jesus. Be self-controlled and alert, said the man who, when Jesus resurrected and was walking on the beach, he saw him, jumped out of the boat and swam to shore instead of just taking the boat to shore. No one is more qualified to instruct us to be self-controlled and alert than Peter. No one. Because for a long time in his life, Peter was the epitome or epitome, depending on if you know how to pronounce that word or not. Peter was the epitome of someone who was not self-controlled or alert, who's only thinking about the way that they think things should go. Which I guess when you pull that back to its very roots, was only concerned about what he wanted. I find myself having the same problem, being only concerned about what I want. I'd like to think I'm learning. I'd like to think I'm stretching and growing. And there are some days I do a pretty dang good job. But those days are few and far between. Because most days... So what does it mean to be self-controlled and alert in the days in which we're living? What does that even look like? And it's maddening if you spend any time watching the news, which because of the coronavirus, it seems like we got plenty of time to do that. Thankfully, things are opening up now, but you watch the news and the lack of self-control is incredible. And not only is it a lack of self-control, an incredible lack of self-control, there's actually contempt for people who want to have self-control. I mean, just because you have a loud voice doesn't mean you're right. Just because you can shout someone down doesn't mean you've won your argument. People are losing control. And if we're not careful, we're going to join their ranks. Maybe not do the things that they're doing, whoever they is. But we could quite easily forget who we are and what we're supposed to be about, even in the midst of this. See, I get aggravated. As unself-controlled as I am, I get aggravated with people who just have an utter contempt for even trying to control themselves. But I mentioned last time that none of this is new. None of this is shocking, at least not to God. To us it might be, but not to God. And it was interesting to watch Jesus with Peter, Because when Jesus was walking on the water and Peter wanted to come to him, what did he say? Come on. Now, there were the other times when Peter scolded Jesus for the whole "they're going to kill me" thing, and Jesus calls him Satan because he didn't have in mind the things of God but the things of himself. Yeah, you had those times. But Jesus didn't often correct Peter's impulsivity. He just let him grow. He let him figure stuff out. God doesn't seem to often correct my impulsivity. He's content to just let me grow, to let me figure stuff out. What do you got going on in your world that you're trying to figure out, that you wonder why God isn't doing right now? Well, it could be that he's just simply letting you grow and figure it out. Be self-controlled and alert, because your enemy, in my own paraphrase, wants to eat you. I'm not sure we grasp exactly how much Satan hates our guts and will do whatever he can to distract us, to mislead us, to betray us. That's why Paul is continuously instructing us to stand firm. And when you've done everything, to stand. That's in Ephesians 6. But Peter said, be self-controlled, be alert, be ready. Be ready for what? I don't know. But be ready for it. Because your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to eat. But God is faithful. And the reward will come if you stand. More to come.